So we are still in the middle of a waiting period for more news on Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and while we probably are fairly close to getting some more news fairly soon, we've got a couple months already without any new information whatsoever, and during these dry spells is when leaks and rumors of all kinds start to pop up all over the place. And when it comes to these leaks and rumors, the place that they tend to like to focus in on are the starter Pokemon. Everyone has been wondering what Sprigatito, Fuecoco, and Quaxly are going to evolve into, and so that is what we are going to be looking at in today's video, some supposed leaks about what the starter Pokemon of Scarlet and Violet are potentially going to evolve into. I am really excited to get into this. There's some really cool ideas and possibilities to go through here, so without further ado, let's go ahead and check it out. When you're on the internet dealing with things of dubious origin like these leaks, it's best to have some protection on your side, like today's wonderful sponsor, Atlas VPN. Atlas VPN protects you from all of the shady stuff that comes along with using the internet by protecting all of your info and blocking any kind of suspicious link or malware, and also letting you know when someone is trying to steal your data. However, it also does way more than just protect you, because for instance, it can also help you to save money while shopping online, and even gives you access to more shows on your favorite streaming services by allowing you to watch shows that are normally only available in certain countries. If that sounds good, then it's about to get even better, because Atlas VPN has a deal going on right now where you can get a 3-year plan for just $1.99 a month, and it even comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you can at least give it a try if you're curious. On top of that, Atlas will even let you run the VPN on an unlimited number of devices with just one subscription, which just adds to the value even more. You can use my link in the description to grab Atlas VPN for 82% off, which is just $1.99 a month, and comes with that 30-day money-back guarantee, and get the most out of what the internet has to offer. And a big thank you to them for supporting the channel. Okay, so this first one is the one that has really been causing a buzz on the internet over the past little bit of time, and it's kind of the thing that made me want to look into this topic in the first place. Basically, within the past week or so, there's been a picture of some concept art of a supposed evolution of Fuecoco that has made its way onto the internet and has spread all over the place, and it's got a lot of people talking about whether or not this is real or fake, or what their personal opinions are about it. I believe that this image originally came from 4chan, although I'm not 100% sure, but when it does come to all of these leaks that we're going to be talking about in this video, if they do end up being revealed as fake and the person who made the leak is out there watching this video, simply hit me up on Twitter or Instagram, let me know you were the creator, and I'll definitely credit you in the description below if that's something that matters to you. But as of right now, they're just anonymous leaks that could potentially be the real thing. And when it comes to this one, first off, I definitely think it's fake, just because most of these are going to be fake anyway. And when it comes to this particular design, I just don't necessarily buy it as a legit Pokemon design. And ever since Pokemon Sun and Moon, when the concept art of the final starter evolutions actually got leaked, that has just been sort of the way to leak stuff like this. So I'm not necessarily buying it. And in terms of what I think about it, I'm glad that I feel like it is fake, because I'm not really a fan of the design either. I've heard mixed reactions on this. I've heard people who feel like me and don't really like the design. I've heard people that absolutely love the design and really want it to be real, which, I mean, I guess that's the beauty of opinions, but it also is crazy to me at the same time, because I just do not feel like this looks that good at all. So I am hoping that it's fake, because I would definitely be disappointed for as cool and unique as Fuecoco is if it turned into something like this, because, I mean, it's not necessarily, like, bad or ugly, it's just I'm not really feeling it. I'm not enthused that much. So I guess we'll see what happens as time goes on, but that is kind of the vibe I'm getting. You guys are gonna have to let me know, though, what you feel about this as far as, like, whether it's real or fake in the comments below. And when I said that leaking concept art of Pokemon, and starter evolutions in particular, has been a popular way to go lately, I meant it, because we've also got another concept art leak, but this time for a final evolution of Quaxly. I believe that this one also originated on 4chan, and I also believe that it started to pop up shortly after that Fuecoco evolution leak did. And that right there seems kind of suspicious to me in terms of this possibly or probably being fake, at least in my opinion, because it seems like it's just trying to capitalize on all that buzz that the Fuecoco leak created, and also in terms of the actual design and the leak itself, it definitely screams fake in my opinion, because it just doesn't really seem like the quality's there. And that is good in terms of my opinion, because I'm not really a fan of this design either. I definitely wouldn't like it if Quaxly actually evolved into this, so I'm glad that I'm feeling that it's fake, because I'm not necessarily a fan, or wouldn't be a fan if this was Quaxly's final evolution, but once again, you guys are gonna have to let me know all your thoughts in the comments below. Moving along here, though, we've got yet another leak to talk about, and once again, this one also comes from 4chan, but it's not in the form of art or concept art or anything like that. It's just a text description of what we can expect from the starters according to this leak. This particular post lists a number of different details about the game that we can supposedly expect, but since we're here for the starters, that's what we're going to focus on, and this particular post claims that when it comes to Sprigatito, that it is going to evolve into a grass-electric saber-toothed tiger with lightning bolt-shaped fangs. Now, personally, I think that sounds really cool, and it also kind of lines up with a lot of the grass starters being based on ancient or extinct things, but that's not necessarily something that would be hard to fake, and also I just don't feel like the electric type is something that is going to happen for Sprigatito. It could very well become something like a saber-toothed tiger. A lot of people think Sprigatito is going to become a lynx, but something along those lines of like a lynx or possibly a saber-toothed tiger, like that could realistically happen. But the biggest giveaway of this to me is the electric type, because I just don't feel like Sprigatito is a good fit for the electric type. It doesn't seem like it's going to become something like that, and so personally, once again, I think this is fake. And my hunch that this is probably fake is honestly backed up even more when we look at the description from this post for Fuecoco's evolution, which states that Fuecoco will gain a more serpent-like body form and will be Fire Dragon. Now, Fire Dragon is something that, once again, a lot of people have thrown around for a possible Fuecoco evolution just because of its reptilian nature, but I just genuinely don't think that they're gonna give the dragon type to a starter and not, like, share that love with the other two starters. That would just kind of make like Fuecoco in this instance way more overpowered with a secondary type like Dragon compared to the other two, and I just feel like it's a little too powerful for starters in general to have. I'm not saying that it couldn't ever happen, because I feel like Pokemon will eventually branch out and possibly do things like this, but I don't think when it comes to Scarlet and Violet and when it comes to Fuecoco that is going to happen in this case, so I'm not buying the Fire Dragon thing, and therefore, once again, I think this is fake. And finally, we look at the description from this post for Quaxly's evolution, and it states that the final evolution of Quaxly will resemble some sort of Navy admiral and use feathers as swords, and it will be water fighting. Now, honestly, I cannot refute this, because this is something that not only a lot of other people, but I also believe is going to very possibly happen for Quaxly's evolution as well. In fact, I made a whole, hypothetical evolution design based on that exact concept, where it becomes water fighting. In my case, I used the pirate theme, but Navy, Admiral, Sailor, all of that is basically the same thing, and then it even uses a feather as a sword in my hypothetical design. So this has just been a general concept that a lot of people think is legitimately possible, and so I can't necessarily refute it, but if this were to happen, it also doesn't necessarily mean that this would be legit either, just because that's such a kind of an obvious, or plausible rather, direction for Quaxly's evolution to go. So I would like this, I think it's very possible, but I don't necessarily believe that this means that this is fake, especially because the other two, like I said, I also believe are fake as well. This next one is one that I've actually covered briefly before, but it does concern the final evolutions of the starters, so we're going to go over it again in this video and have maybe a little bit more of an in-depth discussion on it than we did the last time I discussed it. So basically, there's been this general idea out there, and it's even been claimed by a supposed leaker on Twitter by the name of the SV guy, that the final evolutions of the starters in Scarlet and Violet are actually hinted at in the trailer for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet within the player character's house, and specifically are teased by some of the pictures that are hanging on the walls in your house. And apparently this is a developing story, because I literally just went to go look up the SV guy's account on Twitter to pull up this claim, this leak that he had made, and apparently his account doesn't exist anymore. So yeah, I guess that's something. But yeah, as I said, there have been a lot of people that have been talking about the possibility, I guess I don't know if I can call it a leak anymore, that these 3 pictures in the player character's house in the trailer could be hinting at a final evolution for the starters. We've got the Sprigatito picture, which supposedly is connected to the flamenco dancer that we see, that could factor into Sprigatito's final evolution. Maybe it becomes a flamenco dancer-esque Pokemon. You've got the Fuecoco picture, which is supposedly this picture of fruits and or vegetables that apparently Fuecoco is going to take inspiration from, because it seems to already be a pepper itself. And then finally, this picture apparently means that Quaxly is going to evolve into a Pokemon that's based on Don Quixote. I don't necessarily know where the dots are being connected here, but that is what everyone is saying, so I'm just relaying that information to you. But at this point, especially with the apparent fall of our good friend, the SV guy, it seems like this is just a good bit of speculation at this point. So I don't even know if I can consider this a leak anymore, like I said, and in terms of whether or not I think it's going to happen, I kind of feel like this one is a reach as well. Okay, so now we've got just one more leak to cover here, and I've possibly saved the best for last, because even if this is fake, it is pretty interesting, and whoever made this, if it is fake, went to a lot of effort to make this kinda cool, so I gotta give him props there. This one seemingly comes from Reddit, from a user named Stacy Please Come Back. I hope there isn't anything extra going on with the meaning of that name there, but they claim to have been talking to someone who apparently has all the info on Scarlet and Violet, and have been given the entire Pokedex of new Pokemon that are going to be in Scarlet and Violet, and have been so kind as to make an entire spreadsheet of all these new Pokemon's names, their typings, and even their abilities. So this one would actually be fun to go over for more than just the starter evolutions, so if you want to check that out, I will link it in the description below, but in terms of this video, we're just going to focus in on the starter evolutions specifically. And if we look at these names and look at what the final evolution for Sprigatito is named, it is named Arbalins. which I'm pretty sure is a Spanish version of Arbalynx, which is literally what I named my final evolution of Sprigatito that I made for a video a little while ago. So that's a coincidence, I guess. And it's also the same typing too, which is Grass Fairy. So I'm wondering if this person maybe just like watched my video or something. I don't know. But then you've also got, he's got the middle evolutions too. Apparently Sprigatito evolves into something named Hojato or Ojato, if we're going Spanish, pure grass type, and then Fuecoco evolves into Infernodrilo, which becomes Fire Steel, and then that evolves into Resplandrilo, which also is Fire Steel. And then you've got Quaxly's evolution, which is Pirato, which is very close to what I named my final Quaxly evolution, which was Capirato. So once again, I don't know if someone's watching my video or what, but I guess we'll just roll with that. And then that evolves into Curavucon. I am so bad at pronouncing this. Curavucon, which evolves into a water fighting type. But those pronunciations actually bring me to the primary reason why I'm pretty dang certain that this is fake. And that is because these names are way, way too Spanish for the English release of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. We can assume that these would be the English names because the person who is leaking this is speaking in English, and they gave us the English names of Sprigatito, Fuecoco, and Quaxly. And while I do understand that Sprigatito and Fuecoco in particular have a lot of Spanish influence in their name, if you go down the line and look at all of these Pokemon names, it literally looks as if you're looking at the Spanish version of a Pokemon game. And I know there's going to be Spanish influence in Scarlet and Violet, but it's not going to go so far as to be completely incomprehensible to us people who can only speak English. So yeah, I think this particular leak went a little too far with the Spanish stuff for it to be believable, because yeah, it just seems like I'm reading Spanish names of Pokemon instead of English names of Pokemon that just happen to be based in a Spanish-based region. So I think that kind of gives it away as fake, but overall, this one's kind of interesting, especially because of how oddly it lined up with my personal final evolutions that I created as well. And with that said, there you have it. Those are just a few Pokemon Scarlet and Violet starter evolution leaks that we have seen so far that I thought were worth talking about and I thought were kind of interesting. You guys are going to have to let me know all your thoughts about these leaks in particular, whether or not you think they're real or fake, and any others that you might have seen as well in the comments below, because I definitely would love to hear all your thoughts and opinions. If you enjoyed the video as well, be sure to give it a like, be sure to subscribe if you're new for more new Pokemon content all the time. And with that said, I'll be back with another one very soon, and I just want to thank you guys so much for watching this one. I really appreciate it. It means the world. I love you guys, and until that next one, as always, I will smell you guys later.